you can't really do all wraiths to protect the tanks, but it'll work temporarily. Okay, it looks like he's actually going to also be using them to kind of spot for his tanks on that ridge there, so that's actually a pretty clever move too. Hwasin bringing his forces back. I guess he wants those Goliaths back. He probably may have seen those forces going by. And he wants to bring those back, and he definitely now sees them sieging outside. And that's kind of a cool spot there, putting those tanks on that little ramp there. But they are going to get taken down. Hwasin does have kind of superior forces in this area. He's not going to go into siege mode here. I don't know if Hwasin has siege mode at the moment. Iris just continually harassing his economy though, and that might pay off in the long run. He has picked off probably 7 or 8, 9 SCVs total with these raids, and he's kind of distracting him in different locations, and by distracting him in different locations, he's been able to kind of keep him off balance, and that's going to be bad for Hwasin in the long run. He really kind of needs to get an engineering bay up at this point, otherwise he's just going to be able to keep harassing him. He needs to get a couple turrets out, I think. Getting that starport here, so we could see both players kind of going for dropships play. Starting out, it does look like Hwasin's going for some dropships. Iris may be building dropships as well. He has that control tower already, so it'll be really easy for him to get dropships when that happens. And that's one of the other good things about raids is it's really easy to pick off barracks like that, even if they're floating away. Obviously you can float after them. Yeah, so Iris does have a dropship out, and he's probably gonna start massing. I mean, basically in long turn versus Terran games, that's what you see is dropships, massive armies in dropships. We're seeing on the little thing at the bottom there. This is kind of cool. It's hard to read though for me at the moment. It looks like 4 factories out for Iris there. We just saw 2 of them just coming up right now. So that barracks is going to go down. So that might be a delay. Hwasin, hopefully for him, if he's gotten some... a dropship coming in here in the back door, into Hwasin's back door here. 2 tanks going down. Iris only has that 1 Goliath there, and Iris smartly not sieging his tanks. I absolutely hate when Terrans go in there and they siege their tanks in a huge group, and then the tanks blow the fuck out of each other because they're attacking SCVs that are right next to him. So he's doing a good job by not sieging them immediately and trying to pick off those attacking SCVs first. And yeah, so now Hwasin's going to have to run his SCVs out, and it's going to... Yeah, we'll see if he can pick that off or not. Iris, in the meantime, massing another force, though, outside of his door. Again, just kind of continually harassing. And here we see Hwasin coming in with his own tanks. The XTV looked like was taking out one of the tanks there in the back. So that little drop thwarted pretty easily. But again, just kind of keeping Hwasin off balance. And it looks like Hwasin actually building a 3rd expansion here. Or rather a 3rd base, 2nd expansion. Iris is basically going to either have to press home the slight advantage that he has right now, or... Okay, he's expanding as well, but he does have 3 dropships coming in here. If they fly over those Goliaths, that could be really, really bad for Hwasin, though. I mean, for Iris. It looks like the dropships... Oh, yes, his barracks in the perfect position there. Oh, it looks like Comsat went off, and he was able to spot those dropships, so I think Hwasin does know that those dropships are coming in. And he's sending his forces back there to deal with that already. So very, very on the ball by Hwasin. But in the meantime, Iris coming out with a lot of tanks dropping there. He's going to have to siege them because there are enemy tanks in the area. But in the meantime, his tanks attacking each other. They weren't clumped up quite close enough. And his tanks able to... I think those were his tanks. It could be that his the other tanks were attacking him. And that's what those explosions were. But yeah, his tank's really going down without much of a fight, due to the fact that Hwasin spotted that a little bit early. At least the dropships were not just killed off by Hwasin's Goliaths. And again, just kind of going in there. He did lose a lot of forces in this attack. I'm really not sure it was worth the 5 or 6 SCVs that he was maybe able to take out. Maybe even less than that, I'm not sure. Hwasin, in the meantime, has his own dropships up. Iris putting up some turrets, which is good. He needs to have some turrets down there just to protect against dropships just going completely crazy. We've seen a number of times where dropships will go in, and if the player isn't careful, the turrets. I mean, you don't really think of turrets that much because they don't fire that rapidly. They can't take down a dropship very quickly. But if you're not careful, then 3 or 4 turrets firing on the first dropship will kill off that dropship before it can even drop anything. That's happened before. Both players dropping on each other now. Iris not bringing his forces back. He's just going to go ahead and drop his forces there. Hwasin sees that. He's moving his supplementary forces out there. He's kind of ferrying some more forces into the back of Iris's base, though. It looks like Iris is holding this time. Hwasin does not quite have the amount of troops in there. He does not have the SCVs near enough to really attack those tanks. And it looks like Iris is just kind of holding his SCVs off, and now he's kind of going in there and, yeah, using the SCVs to try to take a couple hits as he moves in his tanks in there. But in the meantime, that expansion has basically been taken out of commission for Iris. He's going to have to mount a few more troops before he can really take out that threat in the back there. It looks like Hwasin, it's hard to tell on the minimap. I think he may have actually picked up those forces back up in his dropship now that he's kind of taken that out of commission. And no, he does have them there still. So Iris going in here, re-sieging. He's losing a couple supply depots, but he's kept almost all of his SCVs, and he's kept his command center. So in the long run, it's not going to do a whole lot of good. Hwasin there must not have been checking that location. Honestly, I think he probably should have targeted those dropships. Again, it's kind of just a matter of the skill and multitasking that players have if they can target dropships and try and kill those off beforehand. In any case, Iris going in here and each of them dropping on each other, basically. Iris doing a lot more damage, though. His drop doing a lot more good because it looked like Hwasin did not have enough troops dropping on Iris's second expansion. In the meantime, Iris, though, having a lot more troops, having some tanks there, he may actually be able to take down that command center. That command center is going to survive, after all. If he'd taken a few more hits on it, I really think he should have targeted that command center and taken it out, because now Hwasin is going to be able to just repair that command center, although he didn't want to lose the Goliaths, and that was smart of him as well, in a different sense. So Iris being forced to pull back here, but in the meantime, I guess he did lose that command center in the... I didn't see where those command centers were, I'm sorry, they just flipped by him. I'm not sure if Hwasin lost that command center in the top left. Now Iris dropping again, and, oh, I didn't even see those tanks sieging on the bottom there, and Hwasin just GG's. He did some damage, but Iris definitely had a clear economic advantage, and this is going to go to another set of tiebreakers, ladies and gentlemen. Iris winning against Hwasin, but having lost against July is 1-1. Hwasin vice versa, also 1-1. So this is going to go to a second set of tiebreakers. So we're going to see another 2 or 3 games, so those will be interesting as well.